You're listening to Tavern Sports Radio Network.
Show me the money! Show me the money!
Show me the money. Welcome back to episode number 56 of Show Me the Money. It has been another exciting week of college football, just football in general. Damn, is it good to be back. I love football, guys. Have I told you that before?
Only a few
but
times.
you did love Iowa City this past weekend.
Damn straight I loved Iowa City this weekend. I had one beer.
What?
Two beers.
What?
3 beers.
What?
I lost count after 3 beers. It was too many.
It wasn't beers. It was rum and cokes. Let's be honest.
It was a mixture of both. We were on a little bit of everything that night. Stayed in about the shittiest little motel you could in Iowa City just to sleep.
Hell yeah.
That sounds like a hell of a weekend, boys.
That sounds like a good weekend.
I would do it again in a heartbeat. Let's take a quick look at our locks for this season. Cole leading the pack at 500. Or I guess I wouldn't say he's leading the pack. He's him and Josh are right at 500. Cole and Josh right at 500. They are 4-4. John is at 4-3. I am sitting at 4-2. Parker 3-4, just under 500. Bud, get that up this week.
Clark's 4-3 as well. Don't skip over Clark.
Oh, Clark is 4-3 as well. You're right. My bad.
Thank you.
And then there's Mr. Tyler Hill, who is not joining us on the podcast this week to defend himself, probably for the best, because goddamn, the guy is 1-7 in picks.
Season.
Yikes. If it wasn't, again, it had already been fade season as of 3 or 4 weeks ago, and
yeah,
it just
when he was
going.
0-3, it became fade season.
Yeah, it just keeps getting worse. So, that's our lock of the week standings at the moment. It's going to be a tight race until we get to the end for who the winner is this season. So, let's take a quick look at Heisman hopefuls. Leading the pack still, Mr. Ashton Gentry, how do you say his last name?
Jeanty.
I apologize.
No R in the last name.
Yeah,
it's confusing.
Ashton Jeanty at plus 230. Odds didn't change a whole lot. Here's the big jump that nobody expected. Mr. Dylan Gabriel jumping.
I called it. I said if you like
I was about
Oregon,
to say, I think somebody
like
said it.
I said if you like Oregon, last week was the week to get Gabriel.
Yeah.
But I have something else I want to say, but let's get through the top 10 first, and then I'll give my 2 cents.
Yeah, Dylan Gabriel fell from all the way from plus 1,400 to plus 260. So, Josh, you were right. I do remember you mentioning that now last week. I forgot I wasn't here for the recording last week, so that's on me. Sure Travis Hunter takes a little bit of a step back from plus 320 to plus 600. Cam Ward also does. He falls from plus 450 to plus 650. Jalen Milroe, plus 900 to plus 1,400. Alabama had quite a rough week last week, so we'll see if they can figure it out again. Carson Beck, plus 1,400 to plus 1,500. Quinn Ewers also at plus 1,500. Josh, let's hear what you are thinking for these Heisman hopefuls right now.
Yeah, just like I said with Gabriel last week, if you like Texas this week, this is the week that you need to put your fucking mortgage on Quinn Ewers, because as long as they win, he will jump to that second spot. Realistically, without Jeanty tearing an ACL, he's going to win the Heisman, I think. I think that's honestly a foregone conclusion at this point. They'd have to bench him at halftime for the remainder of the season for him to not get it, realistically. But if you want to have something else out there just in case something bad does happen, Quinn this week at plus 1,500 is going to be a really good ticket to have. Travis is hurt. He left the game at halftime. There's talk like he may not play this week, so that's going to hurt his odds. But again, if they're going to give it to a non-quarterback, it's going to go to Jeanty, at least as of right now. other than that, personally, I don't see Gabriel as a realistic Heisman. Like, I don't know how you guys feel about the guy. I just don't think when I think Dylan Gabriel, I don't think Heisman guy. Like, I would rather take Cam Ward at plus 650.
I don't blame you at all. I'm kind of in the same boat there.
I mean, we say that, but if Oregon goes on and wins this thing, I mean, what's not to say Dylan Gabriel shouldn't have won it? I mean,
the odds are really just
he had a
following the
slow,
hot hand.
he's got a slow start, but I mean, that offense is putting up numbers now.
They are, but if you look at the numbers, the odds are clearly just following the hot hand.
Yeah,
Like,
true.
Because we didn't get to the bottom of the top 10, but in 10th right now is Drew Aller from
Yeah.
Penn State. He should not be the 10th highest odds or the 10th best odds to win the Heisman, but he is. Just because they won last week. They won an important game last week. So he gets to move up.
No, yeah, I agree. I mean, Travis Hunter, he's going to stay in the top 5, but he's going to be the most inconsistent spot. He's going to move around. I think he goes down again in the leaderboard, and I think that's when I'll take him because I do believe it's going to rely on Colorado winning games to really make what he does stand out.
Another
it's a lot
good
harder.
buy this week.
But
a guy that's not in the top 10 is Nico from Tennessee. He's plus 15,000. And he's looked bad the last 2 weeks. I understand. Or last 2 games. They had a bye week last week. I understand he's looked bad. If they come out and beat Bama this week, he's going to be top 5 in the odds next week. So if you maybe it's a quick turnaround cash out. I don't know how often they offer cash outs on stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Tennessee hasn't looked very good, so that one's kind of scary.
Yeah, I don't really love like anything specific right now for the Heisman, but if I was to put money on someone, like Josh said, it's probably going to be Cam Ward or Quinn Ewers are the 2 guys that I'm definitely thinking. Even Jeanty would be a little bit of fun, but I don't think it's going to go to him.
I think it does. I think barring injury, that's exactly where it's going.
I don't know.
He's got to break the record. I mean, we've seen good running backs. I mean, we've seen good quarterbacks. That's why I'm kind of I like Travis Hunter. It's just because like he's different and like no one's doing it right now. And if he can continue putting up numbers and like in his team and they can win some ball games and make themselves competitive, like he's got a real good case. And I think him being in like a 3 or 4 spot coming into the finals, I think that I would feel safe holding the ticket there.
I agree. I mean, I don't know. It's hard for me to see it going anywhere other than Jeanty right now, barring injury. Really.
I mean, that's fair.
That's fair.
That's completely fair.
Yeah. You boys want to go ahead and roll straight into the rundown? It's kind of a hefty one this week.
Yeah,
I think I counted like 13 or 14 games we got.
There's a lot of good views.
Yeah. Well,
it's and a really good week.
I don't know if anybody knows this. We're currently in the middle of like a 32-day run of football every night.
Is it really?
Yeah, something like 30 something or 50 something days, something crazy like that. Friday night lights action at 9:15 Central Time. Oklahoma State at BYU. BYU home favorites minus 9.5, total 52.5. Does anybody have strong feelings on this one either way?
Hold on, let me get back.
Oklahoma State just looks depressing right now. They don't look like how we thought they were going to look. I think that's an agreed statement across the board.
Yeah, I feel like you could say the same thing for BYU.
They're sitting at what? They're 15. I mean, they're not
undefeated right now.
Yeah, they were playing good ball last year and kind of in the year before. I mean, every now and then they string good clubs together. It doesn't shock me that they're playing consistent football, and that's what you'd like to see early on in the week. Now, we're in week 6. Let's see if they can keep it going. I mean, I like BYU. BYU should win. If Oklahoma State kind of plays better than how they've been playing, I could see Oklahoma State covering, but
I
I
don't
like
know
the
because
under.
they're gonna
I
have
like
to.
the under.
this BYU team beat Arizona 41-19, which we thought this Arizona team was going to be pretty decent. Didn't think they were going to be bad by all means.
They're bad.
And then
They're
they're bad.
Arizona's bad.
But
I
then
think
they also
Fafita's
beat
in the
Kansas
portal.
State a few weeks ago, 38-9, which is another team we thought was a solid program. Like we didn't think that would happen. So it's like
Clarky, you're convincing me to give BYU the spread and take the over.
I don't know, man.
I mean, like
it's just
Here's
I
my
like
thing.
BYU to win regardless of this matchup.
agreed.
Here's my thing is, I mean, everyone coming into the season was talking about Ollie Gordon down there at Oklahoma State. They are the 8th worst rushing offense in the country, averaging under 80 yards per game.
Mhm.
To contrast that, they are the 10th best passing offense in the country, averaging 310 yards a game. But the thing with BYU's defense, it's not special. BYU's defense it's good, but it's not special. It's top 30, depending on what you're looking at. But they force so many turnovers, specifically interceptions.
You're talking BYU?
Yeah.
Yes, I saw that.
So Oklahoma State can't get the ball moving on the ground, and if they're going to go to the air, obviously that's what they've been doing all year. And BYU's probably going to get 2 picks in this game.
Probably.
And once they pick you twice, you're not going to win that game.
No, I completely agree with you. I saw that on Twitter. I think it was a couple of days ago, saying like they led the nation or whatever in turnovers, and it was like I was surprised. I didn't even think that BYU defense was good.
BYU's averaging 2.6 turnovers or forced turnovers per game. It's 3rd in the country.
Yeah, with all that in mind, like I don't know if I like the 9.5, but I'll probably still take it. So I'm gonna say BYU. Take the spread there.
The only thing that scares me with BYU is their 3rd down offense. They convert at 26%. So if they get to 3rd down, they're probably kicking. I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm all over BYU at this 9.5 number. It's a good number. It's under the 10.5. It's probably a good number to even buy another point to get to 8.5. So you can win by 3 field goals, if it becomes a field goal game.
I don't mind that.
Yeah, this number's good. I like this number a lot.
Yeah, I'm actually excited for this game because right now it's a race between BYU and Iowa State in the Big 12, and it's kind of getting exciting.
Big 12's turned out to be a decent watch this year.
I don't think it played out like how anyone thought it would. I think everyone thought Utah was going to be up at the top running the show, and that is the furthest thing that's not happening. So
yeah, I really have liked BYU so far this year, as you guys had kind of mentioned. Oklahoma State has been a massive disappointment. Unless Oklahoma State can look like the team that we thought that they were going to be, then they have a chance at winning. But at this rate, I don't count on that happening. I wouldn't count on that happening. BYU at -9.5 is definitely appetizing. Well, let's head into our convicts game of the week. Miami takes on Louisville in the state of Kentucky. A over-under of 61.5, by the way.
That's a big number.
That's a huge number.
What's the spread? You skip right over the spread.
Oh, I apologize.
4.5.
Louisville is a 4.5 point underdog. I don't know if I personally feel any sort of way about this one. I'm going to need you guys to run this show because I again don't watch either one of these teams. I've watched a little bit more Miami than Louisville.
Put Miami
pissed
on
me off
upset
earlier.
Miami's got basically the best offense in the country. I mean,
yeah.
Put Miami on upset alert. But they haven't looked good. They've played no defense. Their offenses came back and saved them. They were down like 30 points against Cal. They're lucky their offense saved them, but they didn't come back and save them until later. Louisville's got a better defense.
No.
Louisville's
statistically no.
They got a Heisman hopeful, man, at quarterback. Miami's gonna be fine. They'll be all right.
Here's my thing with Miami. I watch
I'm
a
not
lot of
saying
I
Miami.
watched a lot of film on their last two games. They
Mhm.
struggle when there's a good push from the D line, from the opponent's D line. Louisville has no push, literal zero push. And Miami struggles against mobile quarterbacks. Cam Ward runs that bitch. I don't think Miami's going to struggle at all. I think it's going to be a return to form. I think it's going to be a good game, but I think it's probably a touchdown to a 10-point game instead of a 5-point game.
I would be more comfortable putting money on Miami personally. Like I said, I think a couple weeks ago, I just don't watch a whole lot of Louisville football. The few times I have watched them, there's nothing super exciting about them. There's not a part of their game that stands out to me. Whereas at least Miami, you can point out, hey, their offense is not just one of, it is the best in the country.
And Ethan,
Mhm.
you kind of said it really well there. Louisville does nothing special.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that they're not a good team. Statistically, they're a very good team, but nothing special. Whereas Miami, you can say what they have going on offense is special.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the state that just got rocked by the hurricane. Give me Miami.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
I'm good.
I know I kind of cut off Parker in the middle of his Louisville defense, so
Roll Canes, baby.
All right, let's head into a Big Ten country now. We got Nebraska at Indiana. Indiana, a 6.5 point favorite. If you told
They're
me that they were gonna
Fighting
start that way,
Cigs.
if we had mentioned that Indiana was gonna be 6-0 heading into week 7, what would your guys' reaction have been? Because there's no way that anybody would have guessed this.
I would
I
assume like
mean,
World War III started and everyone got drafted, but the state of Indiana got forgotten about or some shit.
they have only the best team they've played is UCLA.
On the road though, and they smacked them
Uh,
the math.
okay, I will give them that's a quality win, but I mean the rest of the schedule's kind of eh, it's fine. But I mean
Well,
if
but I will say this: you're not wrong. The rest of their
yeah,
schedule's bad, but they've dealt with them.
yes, I
You know,
agree.
it's one of those things. You know, because and we'll talk about this a little bit maybe when we get to the NFL. Some people are dogging on the Bears right now because their schedule hasn't been great. You got to
Mhm.
play who's there, and if you're playing who's there and you're looking great against bad teams, then it says you're a good team. Now, if you're playing down to the level of your opponent, that's something else that could be said. But Indiana's not doing that.
Mhm. What does their offense look like this year? I haven't really. Oh, okay.
Ninth in points, ninth in yards, 45th in rushing yards, 12th in passing yards, eighth in third down efficiency. They convert 50% of their third downs and they hold on to the ball. Eighth in turnovers per game, or sorry, 15th in turnovers per game at just under one turnover a game.
Guys,
So we go for it.
Signetti wins football games. Okay.
Google him.
This is a whole new Indiana team. This is not like old Indiana in the past. This is a brand new Indiana team. This is a cleaned up, good fundamental. I'm pretty sure they like to throw the ball, pass the ball. I mean, they're putting up
Both passing
numbers.
offense in the country.
Yeah. I
Really?
mean, 31-7, 77-3, 42-13, 52-14. I mean, they're putting up numbers like crazy right now. Like, yes, this is an easy and their schedule is going to get a little bit harder. I do think Nebraska's played a little bit more big games and big moments.
Mhm.
So they're going to be built for this. But give me Indiana, man. Till they prove me otherwise, I think this is going to
Okay.
be their first big challenge. Give me Indiana.
I mean, they are kind of running into a stud defense. Like Nebraska's defense is dang good.
Yeah,
So I mean,
top 20 in the league or in the
like
nation.
I don't know. This game's very like part of me feels like this game's gonna go under here, but I just can't pick aside, if you know what I mean, for the spread. Like,
I'm with you on the under. I love this under.
I love
50
this
and
under.
a half. That's so many.
For two Big Ten teams, that's a lot of points. For an Indiana team that's finally about to go up
Mhm.
I think Big Ten defense is the way to put it. Not
Mhm.
a top 20 defense, but a Big Ten defense.
Yeah.
I think the under is a safe bet. I think the spread is a little bit big is my concern. I think 6.5 is quite a few points.
6.5 is so many points.
It is
That's
a lot
kind
of
of why I'm
points.
leaning towards Nebraska here.
My thought is I would love to see Indiana win. I still think Indiana will win. I'm surprised the spread's not like 3.5.
I mean,
I think it's because they're at home.
They beat
Yeah.
UCLA 42-13. They beat Maryland 42-30 or to 8 or 28, and then they beat Northwestern 41-24. So they're putting up points against.
And they covered every single spread this year.
Hear me here, boys.
That I think
You
that's why
can-
it's 6.
You can buy 3 points on Indiana to get them to minus 3.5.
What are
It's
the odds?
negative 154.
I don't hate that.
That's an
That's not bad.
amazing parlay piece, and that's even
Exactly.
something you could play straight up. So we're all saying we really don't like this 6.5. That 3.5 at 154 is amazing. And to buy 3 points and only give up 38 cents to the dollar.
Yeah. Like if I got beat on that, like then I got beat on that. But like
Right.
at the end of the day, I made money.
Yeah, I think with this game, I'm not going to touch the spread. And I think the under is kind of like the play I think is smart to take here.
Gun to my head, I'm taking the Fighting Sigs minus 6.5.
I mean,
But if-
hold up. Let's
Go ahead.
think about this. What is it? 50, what is it? 50 and a half?
50 and a half. 50 and a half.
We know we know Raiola likes to throw the ball. Like I guess we really
Indiana
haven't seen
Indiana has a top 30 pass defense.
I mean, these are
A
these
top
two
20 rush
first
defense.
true. But I mean, if it does become a shootout, if it becomes close and they have to throw the ball, these teams are going to throw the ball.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah. I kind of have like this game script's going to go under is kind of the vibe I'm getting.
It's either going to go way under or way over.
Yeah.
I like the under. I am actually going to do a little bit of the opposite of you guys. Instead of buying 3 points down, I'm going to buy a point up. 7.5. Give me Indiana, or not Indiana. I'm sorry.
Nebraska.
Give me Nebraska.
I don't hate that.
I don't hate that at all.
I mean, Nebraska,
that's smart.
I don't even think you have to squint to see a way for Nebraska to win this game outright. Which, I mean, maybe means the smart money takes the 6.5 or the 7.5, like Ethan's saying. Ethan, you can get 7.5 at minus 142 for Nebraska.
Ooh.
That's another one that I don't hate.
That's sexy.
So yeah, I mean, officially, I'll take Indiana minus 3.5 and the under.
Okay.
Let's head into our SEC matchup.
Did Clark and Parker give their picks on that one?
I'm just taking the under there.
Just
I'm
taking
with
the
Indiana
under
there.
You're with Indiana on all 6.5. I love that. I love the bonus there.
Let's head into our first SEC matchup of the night, I should say, or of the day. 11 a.m. game. Auburn heads into Mizzou here in Columbus, Missouri. Not too far away from me, about a 2.5-hour drive. I can't remember exactly, but what's up, Josh?
Drake May had an MRI on his knee after practice today.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
toast.
Good thing I didn't pick him up.
Sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
And this line's moved. No, never mind. It's good. It moved to 4.5. Sorry.
So Auburn heads into Columbus, Missouri. A Missouri favorite of minus 4.5 over under 51.5. Mizzou has been struggling this last couple of weeks. I understand that they won last week, correct?
Don't ask me.
Yes.
Yes.
They
They
looked.
Yes.
It
They
wasn't
didn't
a
beat the
play
rough
anybody.
brakes
one.
off of Massachusetts.
Yeah, they
Oh,
didn't
that's
play
right.
anybody.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't play a real opponent. That's
Fun
correct.
fact: the first win in school history inside the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
That's kind of funny. This is one of those that it's weird because I don't love betting on Mizzou at this point anymore. They haven't looked like the Mizzou of last year. Auburn's not wildly impressive either. They're pretty disappointing. 4.5 is a little bit of a big number for me to feel comfortable with either one. I probably just personally would stay away from betting on this game.
I'm personally gonna take Mizzou here. It I'm not a big fan of Auburn. I don't like the football they're playing right now. They got beat by an Oklahoma team that just isn't that great. Like I think the safe bet's just to take Mizzou here.
Josh.
Can you go first, please? I'm trying to find a line.
Damn. It's kind of hoping to see where your mind went.
A line as in like
Ethan, I'm with you. And Mizzou has been fucking me. Okay. They do not look. Something's going on. Can't tell you what it is. They just didn't. Something looks off with them. They can't find their rhythm. They haven't got it together. They're making bad penalties. They're just not playing good sound football right now.
Yeah, I'm kind of that way too, Park. The spread is still 4.5, by the way, Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 5.5 when I initially made it. That's why I said
Okay.
it moved.
They haven't really played anybody, and the people that they haven't played, they just put up ridiculous numbers. So it's kind of like, how do you? And then they go out and they just get absolutely shellacked by Texas A&M, which isn't. They're ranked what they're ranked, but like they're not like watching them go where they were. They didn't look like they should have been that rank. But after watching them beat up on Mizzou, I look at Texas A&M a little differently now, and I think they could play. I don't know if just Mizzou's defense is not showing up, like, so it's just hard. So it's like I think Mizzou should win this game. I don't think Auburn's that good. I think Mizzou has a better team than Auburn. I think Mizzou should win, but like it's just.
Here's my thing. Has anyone been keeping track of BC? Like, are they still out here cooking or
Boston College?
Yeah, I know they lost one or two because Castellanos went down and their backup was not
They play
great.
tomorrow. They play tomorrow.
But I asked that because this Mizzou squad has a tight win over that Boston College team that and that was with Castellanos, and early in the year BC was looking really good. I don't know how they look right now. And then following that, they had a 3-point win against Vandy, and everyone thought, what, a 3-point win over Vandy? You were favored. I think they were favored by 17 and a half in that game. Everyone's like, what the hell? But then Vandy starts doing what they're doing. So maybe the spread on that was just an early season spread that the odds makers didn't understand. And maybe that's a good quality win for this Mizzou squad. Yeah, they looked rough a couple weeks ago against A&M, like what we've already touched on. But then last week they come out and they handle business against a bad team, against UMass. They handled the business there. Parker, you touched on this Auburn squad and how they just haven't been good in a few years and they're still just not great. And how, I mean, you said it 3, 4, 5, maybe 10 times that Mizzou's just the better team here. And you're not wrong. And when in doubt, take the better team. Also, Missouri
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna take
Mizzou
still. Like, regardless, like I'm taking Mizzou on the 4 points. Like, if Mizzou doesn't win by 10 points, I'm gonna be upset.
Right. But I think Missouri has one turnover all year, realistically.
Mm-hmm.
So and they convert their third downs, and they don't allow their opponents to convert their third downs. Mizzou minus 4.5 here is great. Like I said, when I first found this, it was at 5.5. I liked it at 5.5. So I'll take the 4.5. You can buy it to 3.5 at minus 128 if that's something that interests you.
The only thing good I'm seeing about this Auburn offense is like I think their running back's pretty good, but other than that, I'm not really not really getting anything popping out at me. So, like we were saying, it's just like the better team's gonna win this game, and I hope they cover the spread.
What sucks is their best player is not even is their top receiver, and he's like fourth on their list. So
He
just like
threw a fucking hissy fit last week
yeah,
because he wasn't getting incorporated in the. He didn't
Like-
feel like he was getting incorporated enough.
Mhm.
he turned down and he stayed to play at Mizzou. Like this dude knows and likes what's going on up there, and he wants to stay and play with them.
I mean,
Can't
he's
tell
going to
you.
be
I
wide
mean,
receiver one
exactly.
off the board this year.
Everyone's going to cover him. He's going to get doubled. Just stinks. But yeah.
Do we get everybody in, or
Yeah, because I like I said earlier, I don't really feel either way about this game.
yeah?
If I was forced to take one over the other, I'd probably ride with you guys and ride Mizzou, but
Mhm.
I don't love either pick in this one. I have seen that 67% of spread bets are on Auburn, so they are against you guys, but
Frick 'em.
yeah, take that as you will. I
Heck 'em.
don't feel comfortable with it. So let's head into our next game. We got South Carolina heading into Oklahoma. Oklahoma only 1.5 point favorites. Does that seem a little bit low to you guys?
No, Oklahoma's a bad football team.
Bad football team, and I think
I like South Carolina.
Yeah.
I love
It's
South
fun to watch.
Carolina.
Yeah. Let's
they've
go.
been fun to watch. They've got that defensive end that's just a dog.
Well, they got
like
two. They got one that transferred in that's a dog, and then they have one that's a true freshman and destroying people.
yes, I'm kind of excited to watch this game.
It's going to be a defensive battle. And the total of 40.5 is crazy. Like, that's an Iowa total.
Yeah.
That's atrocious.
Yeah, that seems way too low.
Well, yeah. How many does Oklahoma still have their whole roster out?
I have no clue.
Like, All four of their best
is
receivers are out.
Is the freshman still starting? Do we know?
Why don't
Let's
I look
see.
it up? I'm sitting here on ESPN.
So sitting here on covers, two of the wide receivers are listed as out. One listed as questionable, one listed as probable. And then two offensive line are listed as out. So this South Carolina D line could go fucking crazy.
Yeah, I think I just honestly believe South Carolina is going to win this game. I don't think Oklahoma's good.
Unfortunately, it's too early in the week for injury reports.
Yeah,
because it's Wednesday. We went early this week.
And at this point, if you take South Carolina, do you just take a money line for plus 100?
I'll take the 1.5 if you're going to give it to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I don't know what this game's going to be.
Ethan, what does the public think here?
It was pretty similar to the last game. 68% of bets are on the South Carolina spread.
95% of the money is what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't see the money, unfortunately. All I see is the spread, but it doesn't surprise me.
No, that's 95% of the money is on South Carolina.
I got
spread.
you.
Really?
Yeah, which makes me feel a lot better about me liking South Carolina on the spread here.
They did look good against Bama. Granted, Bama hasn't looked great as of recent, but I think last week is definitely a good sign for a South Carolina team that was definitely a little bit rough to start the year.
As long as Sellers can stay healthy. Sellers has had an issue with missing a quarter or half of a quarter, on rinky-dink, little tweak ankle, or he likes to run, so they'll pull him into the tent once or twice a game, and, you don't like to see it. So if Sellers misses substantial time, that'll not be ideal. But I don't think you can bet on that, but it's two really good defenses that are going against each other. I would say take the under, but the total's way too low.
I do I do want to mention, South Carolina is 0-2 this month. They got absolutely smoked against Ole Miss at home. They just barely lost to Bama away. So
And
obviously, it's
Bama had to pick them
very,
off in the end zone at the end of the
yeah,
game to win that game. Like
exactly.
they had a chance to win that football game.
So two very different football teams we saw between the 5th of October and the 12th of October. So who kind of knows what South Carolina team you're going to get tomorrow?
Well, and to that end, Ethan, they smacked the fuck out of Kentucky at the beginning of last month. And Kentucky's put together some good games, and then they come back the next week and they're in a dogfight with LSU. So
I'm not big on Kentucky.
I understand, but I'm saying maybe this is their forte. First week of the month, come out, get smacked in the mouth. Second week of the month, come out, be in a dogfight. Maybe you win it, maybe you lose it. If that holds true, third week of the month, last month in September, they smacked the fuck out of Akron. Just smack them straight across the mouth. I don't think you come out and smack Oklahoma across the mouth like you did to Akron, but I think they can win this game.
I like the way you think.
Agreed. I'm taking South Carolina this -1.5 points.
Yeah. Plus, you get a point. You don't have to.
Yes.
You get a point.
Yes.
Sounds like we're all riding cock then, boys. Or
very much so. And I would assume Cole's on the same page.
Cole loves riding cock. He's been on record saying that numerous times.
Let's go, Cox, baby.
Let's go.
Ethan, bring us into the next game. I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, heading into I think maybe the highlight of the night. Alabama.
The way these teams have looked.
Second,
fair enough.
Highlight. The better games later.
We got Alabama heading into Tennessee. Tennessee, a 2.5-point underdog at home. Over under 56.5, so a big over under number. I'm gonna go with Alabama still. I still think that they're the better football team. I think they're gonna cover. I understand it's a Tennessee home game. I think the last time that Tennessee won this game at home,
2 years ago,
I think
they poured out the goalpost.
I know. I think Morgan Wallen made the whole song about it. I don't think it's happening this time. Give me Bama.
That was the Hendon Hooker and Jalen Hyatt.
Jalen Hyatt.
Yeah. That was a fun Rocky Top era.
That game was crazy to watch.
I haven't seen much of that. I don't know if it is that Jalen Milroe. He's hard to stop. Also, I was on the sports books today looking at things, and I didn't see Ryan Williams in there for any touchdowns.
I don't think you're legally allowed to bet on him because he's 17.
Oh, I think that makes sense.
So can you not bet on tennis
no,
players
that's
who are
not
below
true.
18?
That's not true. I swear I've put him in a bet.
He has been on sports books before. I've seen him on there.
Yeah, I swear.
That was just a guess. The state I bet in doesn't allow you to bet. The state I bet in doesn't allow you to bet player props in college, so I don't know. That was just an assumption I was making.
I think this game is one you don't really bet on, but the thing I would bet on in this game is the over, just to hope and pray that you watch this game and it's just fireworks, touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. That's all I want to see this game. And I will bet on the over just to hopefully see that happen.
I hope everyone's safe. They just have fun, It's about the friends and the journey you make along the way. Come on.
I think you had that backwards. I think you mean it's about the journey and the friends you make along the way, but we'll give it.
I want to see Ryan Williams take some souls.
Me too. That would be lit. But Ethan, I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna take Alabama. But if Rocky Top does upset Alabama, I will not be upset about it.
Oh man, I wish I was up on Rocky Top. Up in the Tennessee hills.
So
ain't
fun.
no smoggy smoke on Rocky Top. Ain't no credit card.
I lost my service. Let me just say this shit. I say fuck having fun. I want Tennessee to beat the absolute living fucking dog piss out of Alabama. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I know it's not going to happen. But here's where I see the upside. Alabama has looked fucking awful. They've lost games. Well, I don't know. I don't know the record. I don't even know the record.
5-1.
They lost a game that they shouldn't have. They are
Vandy.
weak. They are defenseless right now. Why can't Tennessee beat them? Fuck it. I don't think it'll happen. But if it does, I wouldn't be mad. Give me fucking Tennessee on this. I'll be the martyr.
Alrighty.
No, I'm on Tennessee here. If I was putting this in a parlay or even straight betting, I'm going to buy the point to 3.5, get minus 128.5 on that. Pretty good odd.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling about it.
Yeah, for me, spread, no go. Wouldn't touch it.
You just want to watch a good game, and I don't blame you there. This
But
is a
I
great
want to.
game.
I do like the over though. I would pay to watch that.
This is a great game to sit on the couch with 2, maybe 3, maybe 4. Hell, maybe 6-pack wide beers, and just fucking watch it, man, because it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be.
This is a 30 rack game.
Right.
Every game's a 30 rack game. What are you talking about?
Every game's a 30 rack game.
Alcoholism is fun. So it sounds like we're pretty split, boys. We got a 2v2 and we got a stay away. I love it.
I'm gonna watch from the distance.
Hey, I respect it. It's gonna be a hell of a game to watch and not have to
Eat us
sweat.
popcorn.
Yeah,
Well-
let it fucking burn.
We get to watch this game, Parky.
Yeah, we do.
Well, let's go into a game that I know Parker does not give a shit about. We got Notre Dame heading into Georgia Tech. This Notre Dame team is unimpressive. Georgia Tech has been somewhat impressive. Just still not the caliber Notre Dame is. I won't be watching this game. If I had to take a side, I'd probably go Georgia Tech, but I don't know who all is actually going to be turning this game on when Alabama and Tennessee and Michigan and Illinois are both at the same time. This game won't be on my TV.
It'll be in the quad view, don't worry.
You're right. I don't know. Like this game on the schedule just kind of feels like one of those games that Notre Dame's gonna struggle in. And I don't know. That 11.5 points seems a little much for Notre Dame to cover here.
I think that's why I'm going with
Yeah.
Georgia Tech. I'm a little bit more comfortable with Georgia Tech's playing ability as of late than Notre Dame.
Yeah, man, that's tough to pick because what is it? 5, 1, 2, 3. They're 3-2 covering the spread this year.
4 and 2. Who are you talking about?
Notre Dame.
I have 4 and 2.
Am I missing something?
I don't know.
1, 2. Oh, I missed the A&M game. My bad. I don't know. That's just. I think
They're both covering machines. They both cover a lot. Georgia
I don't
Tech's
know.
4-2 and 1 ATS. So
I'm gonna pull a Parker.
I like Georgia Tech outright. Hear me out.
I haven't stopped you talking.
Notre Dame really hasn't played anybody.
They play Louisville.
Georgia Tech's wins. I guess, yeah, they beat Louisville and Georgia Tech lost to Louisville.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Like
I
their
love
ones are
Georgia Tech here.
UNC and Duke. UNC and Duke aren't the same teams that they have been the last couple years.
Yeah, I think with it. Well, I mean, last I saw it was like what 8.5 points for the spread,
No,
and now it's
11
at
and a half.
it's 11.5.
Yeah.
I don't know. Give me Georgia Tech. I'm not a fan of this Notre Dame team.
Yeah.
Here's what I can tell you. They're both run first offenses,
Mhm.
and both of their defenses are built to stop the run. And Georgia Tech's better going through the air. It's not by much, but they are statistically better going through the air. But Notre Dame's got a good pass defense, so I'm not touching the spread on this game. I'm hammering the under. 49.5 is too many points.
I honestly don't hate that. I'm gonna write that down because I'm gonna do that.
That's fair.
Cole, I don't think he really cares about this game.
Cole has no opinion.
Fuck Notre Dame.
I knew that was the opinion that was coming out.
Yeah,
Motherfuckers have let me down way too much. I'm over it. I'm done. Parker, I've officially joined the dark side.
Oh my god! It's not the dark side. It's the right side. Look how much easier life is now. How much
It's
happier
the dark
you
side.
are.
Well, last year Sam Hartman got me with those locks, man.
Sam Hartman, he had his year looking fucking sexy as shit on the field. No homo. That was a shout out for Stella for sure.
And he fell off.
Oh,
and he fell off. And look where he's at now. He's flipping fucking burgers, jerking off in the corner.
In the CFL.
Fuck him. Fuck Notre Dame. They've let me down.
Isn't he playing backup to Jaden Daniels?
I was about to say he's the backup on the Commanders.
Is he?
He is still sexy as fuck, by the way. So
That's what I'm saying.
Pause?
No, he shaved his beard.
Pause?
yeah, he trimmed his beard. He looks good as fuck. I just saw a TikTok on him the other day. He still looks.
Maybe I can get
beautiful.
back on the train. I might be able to get back on the train. But for right now, it's fuck Notre Dame and fuck everything they stand for.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Let's head into our next Big Ten game. Michigan at Illinois. Illinois, a 3.5 point underdog. This is probably the closest I've seen this spread in years. I don't recall ever seeing a Michigan-Illinois game with a 3.5 point spread. I mean, not since I've been betting.
Wrong team's favored.
Because Michigan sucks this year.
I don't
know. Josh, you like Illinois?
I'll let everyone else give their piece, but
Josh, I like Illinois, my guy.
Dude. Wrong team's favored here.
Yep.
You like Illinois?
The fact that Michigan's still fucking ranked is crazy to me. They're only ranked. Oh, you guys should have fucking gone without me. They're only still ranked because the AP members are too fucking proud of themselves because they rank these fucking bums top 10 to start the year and they can't take the fucking L. Michigan's dog shit. They're worse than Iowa.
I love it.
The wrong team is favored. Give me Illinois -7.
I don't. I'm in the same boat. I already had it circled. Give me Illinois +3.5. That's all you need to know. It's easy money.
Illinois -6.5 +250. Lock it up.
Give me Illinois +3.5. That's free money as can be. That should be somebody's lock by the end of the night. I'm putting respect still a little bit on Michigan's defense, but
Michigan's got good defense. They do.
I'm
not going to tell you they don't. I'm not going to tell you they don't.
That's why I can't give you 7 or 6. I feel comfortable with getting the cover at 3.5 because I think that's a steal.
Yeah,
I think Illinois wins.
I think the spread is probably closer to like a 1.5 point for me. Toward Illinois still being the underdog at 1.5. I would feel more comfortable with that if I was betting on Michigan. However, my money's with Illinois in this one. So with this being a home game, I definitely like Illinois a little bit more than Michigan. If this was at the big house, I think the story's a little bit different. But
in the big house, I would take Illinois here.
Give me Illinois +3.5.
Yeah, Illinois +3.5 all day. It's not even fucking close. Cole, do you have anything to add?
Sorry, hold on, boys. I'm taking shit.
Jesus.
Leave it in. Here's my thing. Oh my God. 80% of the bets, 82% of the money's on Michigan.
Yeah.
I'll say this, though. The Public's had 2 up weeks in a row. Those chandeliers don't fucking hang themselves.
I was just about to say the same thing.
I do, though.
I think that the sports books are going to win some money on that one, and not because of us. So
yeah, not because of us, the people that listen to this show.
Let's head into LSU taking on Arkansas. Arkansas, a 2.5 point underdog at home. Over under a 55.5. There's just a lack of defense in this game, is what I contribute that to.
Yep.
2 top 50 defenses. Don't disrespect them.
But
really,
I'm excited for offense. This
Arkansas is a top 50 defense. LSU has aspects of their defense that are top 50, but other ones that are like not great. So
Okay.
I mean, both pretty good at passing the ball. And with that being said, I kind of expect this game to go over. Is kind of where I'm sitting in the ballpark there. And if I had to pick a side, I'm gonna take LSU.
I don't know if I feel either way about this one. I haven't watched a whole lot of either one of these teams, unfortunately.
I've watched so much Arkansas and make you sick.
I wish I wish I had the opportunity to. I haven't been able to. Every time they've played, I've had work, so I haven't been able to watch a whole lot of them.
Tomorrow between fucking tug sessions, just go on to youtube.com, type in Arkansas football, and just watch the highlight tapes from this year. You'll get what you need to know.
I think personally, I know just enough to say I would buy it up a point. Give me Arkansas plus 3.5. I feel, especially at home, I feel comfortable with that.
Okay.
I'm telling you right now, if Fayetteville wasn't such a far drive, I'd be in Fayetteville this weekend. The tickets for this game are you can get one for like $48.
That's pretty good.
Dude, I'd be calling them hogs.
So I get that you two are on Arkansas. Parker, what do you think about this game?
Yeah, this game...
For the record, I will buy the point, though. Sorry, Parker. Don't mean to stop.
No, you're good. You're good.
For the record, I would buy the point.
Okay.
Get it to 3.5.
I don't know. I was kind of hyped on Arkansas. They're a good team. They're playing solid ball right now. They're definitely going to compete with LSU, but they're just, I don't know. Every time I try to hop on the train for LSU, it's not good. Hasn't ended up good. And so kind of just makes me upset. But I think they get it done at the end of the day. Give me LSU.
Arkansas is also 5-1 ATS, whereas LSU is 2-4 ATS.
That was going to be my point.
Yeah, the Hogs on the money line at plus 112 is not bad either.
LSU's awful against spread.
Well, let's head into another game. We got the 7:30 game coming up. Georgia heading into number 1 Texas. Is that still correct?
Yeah, game of the week.
Mm-hmm.
I still have problems calling this game of the week, dude. Texas is going to beat the shit out of them.
Texas is going to mollywop the fuck out of Georgia. I agree.
It is a 4.5
There's no
point
team in the
spread.
country that can defend, play with them right now.
Texas is the best team in the country. I've said it numerous times on this program.
Oh,
yes. Yeah. And at this rate as well, even if you count Quinn Ewers out, you
got Arch.
You have another quarterback who has proven that he is more than capable of handling another SEC team.
You've got a fucking Hall of Fame family quarterback. Fuck it.
75% of the money, 79%, or 75% of the bets, 79% of the money on Texas.
I'm surprised it's that low. I don't know.
You got them Dogs fans out there, man. They bark.
Yeah.
Yeah, at their own cousins.
Georgia 1-5 ATS this year. No one's winning money on these Dogs.
So everybody's polling for Texas in this one, I assume.
Yeah.
Texas, number 1 scoring defense, number 1 in total defense, number 1 passing defense, number 19 rush defense, number 8 in third down conversion on defense, 20th in turnover margin, 10th at third down conversions for offense, 11th passing offense, 6th total offense, 5th scoring offense. Texas is the best team in the country by a fucking mile.
Josh, do you think they're good?
Yeah.
I like to say they're good, dude.
Give me Texas minus $1 trillion.
I'm right there with you. Everything
I
is bigger
I
than
hate
Texas.
to say it. I don't love cheering for Texas, but man, is it so much fun watching them play football.
Well, I think
I will never forgive Quinn Ewers for stealing a year of Arch from us. I'll literally never forgive him for that.
Everybody is on Texas at minus 4.5. Could probably even be comfortable at 5.5 is my guess. But
Yeah.
let's head into Clarky, look at that. We got your Cyclones on here.
It's about fucking time you show up to talk about them.
Honestly, you bitched
They're
about
making
it.
me.
week.
Oh, shoot.
It's because they're so low on the list.
It's
Yeah,
because they play a later game because they have a primetime slot.
No, it's because they're fucking awful.
Hey, you know what this means, though? You know what this game is screaming is Jack Trice at night.
Jack Trice at night!
Oh, shit.
They're
Trap
favorite.
game.
They are a 13.5 point favorite. Excuse me.
So many points.
They're favorite to win, so nothing amazing should happen.
I feel like I've
projected to win.
I feel like I've seen this one before, and it doesn't go Iowa State's way sometimes.
I feel like I've lost money on this exact game before.
Good.
Weird.
Same.
Fucking weird feeling, dude.
Yeah. This game, like on paper, this UCF team isn't that good. I think they had two of their guys, like what was it? The KJ Jefferson. Something happened with KJ Jefferson. I don't remember what it was,
I
but
watch UCF football.
I don't know. But they looked really good at the beginning of the year. And now they're sitting at 3-3, not trending upwards. I'm gonna take UCF the plus 13.5 points. But
I'm not gonna lie to
I
you.
don't know.
If I was putting together a Iowa State moneyline parlay or a moneyline parlay, I would not put Iowa State in at minus 550 because that would be the landmine of the parlay.
Yes. This game just
UCF's giving me a fucky vibe.
The only thing that that I'm excited about is our defense has held every single opponent in the second half 7 points or less. Every single game this year. It's just I don't know, man. You know what? I'm gonna just redact what I said. I'm taking
leave it in.
I'm taking Iowa State minus 13.5. And I'm also taking the over.
The over kind of feels free here.
Yeah, it's just we look good this year. Is the scary part is we've actually played good football, and what scares me is this could be the game that just kills our entire season. And we just go on a skid.
Here's the stats for you. Iowa State has covered in 5 out of the 6 games that they have played. UCF only 3-3 against the spread. The total, they are split 2. At home, they are 2-1 on the total. UCF is 1-1 on the total at their opponent. They are 4-2 on the over throughout the year, so I don't know if I feel a particular way about that. Iowa State has covered as the favorite 4 out of the 5 times.
See, my thing is 13.5 is quite a bit.
It is a lot of points.
It's a lot of points, and that's not the type of football we play, really.
Here's my thing, is we've seen this UCF team against 2 different teams that play roughly 0 defense in Colorado and Florida, and they put up 21-13 against those teams. Iowa State plays good defense.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta say I'm pretty surprised by some of UCF's offensive rankings. They are 6th in third down conversions. Third,
22nd.
I have them at 3rd on the number of first downs they get overall.
Okay, yes, I have percentage, so maybe you have like pure number.
Yeah, I have the pure number of every college Division I college football team. This includes FBS as well. They are 2nd in the amount of rushing yards. They are 13th in the yards per play. Really, the only thing that they fall behind in is the number of sacks that they allow, and turnovers. They allow more turnovers than Iowa State offensively. But other than that, UCF leads in just about everything, which is what concerns me with a lot of points there. I think I'd have to lean UCF in the points.
That's fair. I don't blame you at all. The only thing I can really combat that with is we've held every team, second half, 7 points or less. And I wouldn't be surprised because John Heacock's defense has game planned the second half for every game so dang well. It's just how many points can UCF put up in the first half for me, basically.
Are you more confident, Clark, in say a UCF to cover the first half spread at 7.5?
Ooh.
Plus 7.5 points in the first
Plus
half.
7.5 points at the first half.
I actually like that. I don't mind that at all. Because I could see UCF getting shut out the second half, and that's kind of the game script Iowa State's been on all year. We're either winning by just a little bit in the first half or down a touchdown, and then we come into the second half and hold them 7 points or less, and we score. That's when we play our best football, is in the second half.
Can someone find me a line on total amount of times Iowa State punts?
It's not very often.
No, because whatever it is, I want the under in this game.
Yeah, we don't punt much.
Because UCF plays no third down defense at all.
Really?
They lost Colorado.
129th in the country.
I did find that KJ Jefferson, their starting quarterback, came out the gates 3-0, was benched after the Cincinnati loss for I don't know if he was a freshman or not.
No, KJ
real quick,
Jefferson.
We've talked about a couple other teams, and we say, yeah, they have good numbers, but who have they played? And this, we have to give Iowa State that treatment. I'm sorry, but they have a good record. They're 6-0, but who's their best win? West Virginia, an unranked West Virginia team. Iowa, who they beat by 1.
Iowa's their best win.
They
didn't have an offense at that point.
They smacked Arkansas State in the mouth, but it's Arkansas State. Yeah. But Arkansas State's really good at covering big numbers this year. I want some good money off Arkansas State. But that's the thing with Iowa State. They just don't have a good win yet this year. So
I mean, I saw a stat earlier today. They were still top 15 in strength of schedule so far this year. So I mean, considering we're 6-0 and we're top 15, top 20 in strength of schedule is pretty good. But I think that Iowa win is I think that's definitely the best win we've got. In West Virginia, it's okay. It's not a great win, but it's the second best.
So looking at the spread, 13.5, the closest spread they've had to that this year is Baylor at 12.5. They covered that spread, but Baylor's a much worse team than this UCF squad.
Baylor's bad.
Yeah.
See, I'm just the thing is we've been a second half team every single game. And I don't know. I'm going to bet on Iowa State just because I trust our defense.
Maybe bet it by the halves. Maybe take UCF to cover in the first half, Iowa State to cover in the second half.
That's not a bad idea. That might honestly be the move.
Worst comes to worst, you could hedge it.
If you could bet the under on UCF's touch or points second half too, I would look at that even. If it's 7.5 points, I wouldn't be surprised if we held them to a touchdown or less in the second half.
I'm officially going to stay away from this. I can't find the edge on any of these numbers. Gun to my head, I'd take Iowa State because of the fact that UCF can't stop a runny nose on third down. But I have no clue.
UCF does have a pretty good rushing game too, though. Low key, their running back's pretty good.
7th in the nation for their rushing attack. So any official picks?
Yeah, I'm taking the Iowa State spread, and I'm also taking the over.
Okay. Ethan, Parker, Cole.
Full game.
Pass.
Full game or half. I don't care.
Full game. I think I'm going to ride with UCF.
Okay.
I like that first half.
Yeah. I like that first half piece. I really do.
Yeah, that's honestly a sharp bet.
Let's move to Iowa, Michigan State, guys.
Okay.
Iowa going into Sparty. Michigan State 5.5-point dogs at home. Total 40.5. Iowa hit another over last week, just so you guys know.
This is going to be a blowout.
Yeah, this isn't enough points.
This is not even close to enough points. The Michigan State is half the football team. These are my exact words before we started the podcast to Josh. Michigan State is half the football team that Washington is. Iowa shows that they finally have an offense, which if they have half as an effective offense as they had last week, then they will cover the spread without any issues. Michigan State sucks.
Yeah.
I don't care that this game is all the way up in East Lansing. Like, give me Iowa. I would be comfortable with this spread at 11.5.
Yeah,
Agreed.
I'm right there with you. I think
no notes on Ethan. No notes.
Yeah, facts. Go Hawks. Hawks by Millie.
I'll take Iowa minus
Iowa
5.5.
Iowa should hopefully win out.
Hopefully. Your schedule says you should, but
that's what I'm saying.
If we win out, we're X-2, our losses are bad to Ohio State and a close one against Iowa State. Iowa State, if they keep winning, I think we can make an argument to be the X-2 team that makes the playoffs.
I seen a projection of to watch out for the Big Ten because it was like Oregon, Ohio State, and then you had us at 10-2, and then you had when we were like at the 4th or 5th team, but we were at 10-2. It was crazy. I was like, woo.
The issue is they may need a Big Ten championship win to get in, and I don't know if they make it to the game is the thing.
Yeah.
But if they make it to the game and lose, they're definitely not in. So I'd almost rather than be like 3rd in the Big Ten and not make the Big Ten championship game. Because I think 3rd place in the Big Ten gets in. I think that's almost an auto lock.
Yeah.
Well, let's hit into our next Big 12 game, final Big 12 game. Kansas State heading over to West Virginia University. Both of these teams have been wildly disappointing this year as well.
Kansas State kind of is on par how they normally play.
But their defense is terrible right now.
I was about to say their defense was supposed to be much better. Their offense was supposed to be much better.
Didn't they just beat Arizona or something?
They have a really good rushing and rushing defense.
Arizona's awful.
Arizona's a pushover this year.
Arizona's
that
very
team
bad.
sucks.
I'd love for them to be good, but they're bad.
So with this game being a 3.5 point spread in favor of Kansas State, I understand it's heading over into West Virginia. I don't think it's going to matter. Give me Kansas State. I still think that Kansas State has more potential to be a good football team than West Virginia does, so that's why I'm going to ride with them.
Yeah, I think Kansas State definitely better on paper, good rushing attack. Passing attack's not as good, but I don't know. This West Virginia team, I thought the game would have been closer last week against Iowa State. Yeah, just give me Kansas State the minus 3.5. And maybe even the under.
Give me Kansas State on the money line. I'm not touching this number. I don't officially I'm not picking this. I'm not putting money on this game. I won't even lie about it. This game doesn't do anything for me.
No, not really.
Gun to my head, Kansas State money line, but
that's fine.
I do kind of like Kansas State just in general without a gun to my head because I don't need that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think they're the better football team when you look at just like the overall stance of where college football is.
I agree. It's just they're just two middling teams in my opinion. Like you can be the better middle team, but you're still a middle team.
Yeah. But here's the thing about this: you could look at any team and be like, "Yo, where am I at?" But I don't know. Kansas State, like they're hard to pick, but
luckily I don't have to have them in my quad view. There's other good games on.
That's fair.
Yes, facts.
Let's get to the last one. Everyone gave their 2 cents that wanted to. All right, let's get to the last one. Last SEC matchup: Kentucky at Florida, going into the swamp. Florida 1.5 point dogs at home. Correct? Do I have that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Total
They're
42 and a
favorites.
half. Did it
Oh,
flip?
yeah. No, you're right.
Okay.
I don't
Total
know.
42 and
That's
a
what it
half.
opened at. I see it at, 42 and a half still.
I'm going to go ahead and take Florida. I think this is the game that they can finally take home in the swamp and feel good about. I don't love Kentucky in general. They're still going to just be a basketball school in my eyes. It's going to take a lot.
Agreed.
That
It's going to take
basketball school's got one hell of a defense. You guys better watch your mouth.
I'm still comfortable with Florida until Kentucky can have even 3 consecutive years in as an actual football school. Maybe we'll talk about it, but at this rate, give me Florida. I think that's going to be my answer.
Yeah, I'm just looking at their stats because Josh said they had a pretty good defense, and he's not wrong.
Yeah,
hit
fourth
a
in
philosophy.
points or ninth in points allowed, third in total yards, eighth in rush defense, 11th in passing defense, top 50 in a third down conversion rate, allowed at 36.5%. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, give me Kentucky.
Yeah, their offense leaves a lot to be desired, but
Yeah.
I like Kentucky.
Kentucky's due for a win. They have had a tough first week, a tough first half. I mean, they opened up against South Carolina, then played Georgia. They beat Ohio. They upset Ole Miss.
They almost upset Georgia. They lost Georgia by 1 point.
They lost Georgia by 1. So they're ready to play. I mean, they lost to Vandy, but we just seen Vandy upset Alabama this week.
Dogs.
Yeah.
This is the weirdest.
They only lost by a touchdown. I like Kentucky here, and I like Kentucky by like 3.
I like Kentucky, and I love the under. Kentucky's been grabbing people by the throat and dragging them to the fucking ground all year, dude.
They're biting off kneecaps.
Yeah.
Kind of the weirdest I think we've seen the SEC really this year. It's not as very
I'm so glad you brought this up. Because
welcome to NIL.
I think NIL has done the exact opposite from what everyone was scared of. Everyone was scared that one school or 2 schools were going to buy everybody. But it hasn't. It's spread out the talent. I mean, yeah, you have your Texases. You know, you're always going to have a Texas. You're always going to have an Ohio State.
Like, those schools will be still powerful.
They're going to be good forever.
Yes. But the parity we're seeing across the Big Ten, across the SEC, across the Big 12. No one thought the Big 12 was going to be a good they thought it would be interesting at the top, but not vying for 2 or 3 playoff spots like they are doing right now.
Yeah,
college football is in a really good spot overall. I'm glad we brought this up. But back on topic, love Kentucky, love the under here, under 42 and a half.
I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm not betting on the over-under.
Give me Kentucky, -1.5.
Right there with you.
Oh,
man, I'm riding the Gators alone. That's okay.
I think Florida's been fucking frauds.
That's fair.
Joshua, bring us into our favorite segment.
Oh, you mean the hottest segment? Fucking either side of the Mississippi between fucking Canada and Mexico, hidden gems, baby.
Yeah, give me a big boom.
No, absolutely.
I got one.
I hate those guys.
We got to get it in. If you're listening, folks, what is that? Friday night, Duke, Florida State.
Ew.
Mm.
Ew.
You went to the dumpster to find
disgusting.
That one.
Give me Duke.
I love it, Parker.
I like Duke.
Nasty.
I think we're gonna have a decent Friday night game for us. Give me Duke. And that one, I think.
We'll be watching that one.
That's crazy.
You are sick, dude.
I'll go next. I'll give you one of my hidden gems of the week. I'm gonna take Oregon -24.5 points against the Purdue Boilermakers.
One of mine. I'm gonna try to reverse jinx my boys. Give me Colorado +3.5 over Arizona.
Okay.
Colorado is a 4-2 covering team this year, 4-2 to the over. 4-2 overall. They're just a 4-2 team, baby. That's what Colorado's doing this year. Kind of scary that Travis is questionable. But if I lose this one and I get to see Fafita win a game, I'm not going to cry. Parker, sub.
Late night to end the night. Oh, is that next week? Oh, never mind. That's the wrong week.
Jesus.
Wow. It was
You're a
this
fucking
week.
Idiot, dude.
Well,
Yeah.
I
Do you have
will.
another?
I will give my hidden gem.
Okay.
We're going to go back to old reliable, as many would say. Number 10, Clemson taking on Virginia at home. So Clemson,
I almost said this.
Clemson, a 21-point favorite at home. I understand it's a lot of points, but nothing that they haven't covered against a dog shit team. So I'm comfortable with them taking that again. Give me Clemson at -21.
Cole, did you have a hidden gem this week or no?
I do technically have two.
Okay.
BYU over Oklahoma State at 9.5. Friday night.
We talked about
And
that
then
one,
also-
but you're with
did we?
everybody.
I missed
Yeah.
it. Sorry.
Yeah, you were
You're
here,
good.
so you're good. You're good.
We're
And
soaking.
then I also have Utah over TCU at 4.5.
Okay.
Saturday.
Rising
late,
doesn't
late.
scare you?
Nope.
I don't like Utah
No.
anymore. I'm off that train.
Dude, I'm so off of it. They're talking about giving Cam Rising another year of
I
eligibility.
saw
by the
that.
way.
Saw that.
Jesus.
I have two more hidden gems for you guys.
I got one more.
I'm going to take ASU. I like their running back. I'm going to take them plus 5.5 against Cincy. Scatabo, their running back, dog.
My final one is going to be USC minus. I'm going to buy a point to 6.5 against Maryland. Going 3 time zones east is not something I like. There was some graphic last week. Prior to last week, teams going 2+ time zones either way were like one in whatever, and the only one was Indiana got a win over UCLA. But last week, the teams going 2+ time zones fucking barked real loud. Outside of, I think Ohio State might be one of the only ones that went 2 time zones and lost last week. So hopefully that trend keeps up and USC can get this one covered. Again, that's 6.5.
Okay. Anyone else have any more?
Nope.
All right. I'll give you my last one. I'm actually going to take one of Tyler's favorite teams coming into the season, Virginia Tech. Going to take a -6.5 against Boston College.
My heart wants you to be wrong.
Yeah, me too. Me
I
too.
know.
I'm not going to take it. My heart wants you to be wrong.
I don't blame you.
I can't root against you if you do end up taking it, but
Yeah.
pain.
I mean, I'm not going to have my money against you or anything, but
Yeah.
Hey there, sports fans. Are you tired of the same old boring shirts? Well, we've got something exciting for you. Introducing the Tavern Sports Pocket Tee, where style meets passion for the game. Whether you're a diehard fan or just like the environment, Tavern Sports has got you covered, literally. The best part, because you're listening to Show Me the Money, you can use the code $$ to get 15% off today. So what are you waiting for? Head over to tavern-sports.square.site right now and elevate your game day experience. Tavern Sports. Beer, betting, sports.
Well, let's head into our NFL talk. I know this is Cole's favorite section, so glad that he could join us before we started this.
Bear down. I don't have to get my feelings hurt this weekend.
Fair
I'm
enough.
Is it bye week?
yeah, we're on
Yeah.
bye this week.
Well,
After
let's
smacking Trevor Lawrence and fucking.
let's talk about some news that came out today, actually. So if you're listening, it would be the day before. Devontae Adams
That was
to
yesterday.
the Jets.
We all knew it was happening.
We all
Yeah,
got that
that's kind
coming.
of crazy.
Yeah, I heard that the guy was on a flight at midnight after the game. So
Mhm.
I wasn't totally surprised to see it. He was on the Pat McAfee show at like 9, 10, 11 a.m. So I wasn't super surprised.
He also happened to practice today, and his hamstring that's been bothering him for 2.5 weeks happened to just miraculously clear up.
Fell better.
Yep.
Yes. Weird how that works out sometimes.
Do we want to talk the
And then
Amari-
and then Amari Cooper getting traded to the Bills. I think that's the bigger move. Really,
That's pretty cool.
Josh Allen needed a reliable target, and he has one now. No shade to Shakir or Coleman, but they weren't. They're not Amari Cooper, and I'm not an Amari Cooper fan.
Coleman's got a stupid fucking Macy's jacket.
What's wrong with that?
Bargain, man.
You know what's up.
Well, let's start with the first game here, fellas. We got the Texans at the Packers. Packers a 2.5-point favorite at home. Over under of 47.5. So one of the kind of average totals I think that we see in NFL football nowadays, but with two pretty high level quarterbacks.
Yeah, but here's the thing. One team's sitting at the bottom of the division.
The Pack-Tards.
Technically,
why
the
fuck
the division.
are they favored?
They're a good
what
team.
am I missing? What am I missing here? Is it Jordan Love? Is his dick that big?
I don't know. They're
Jordan Love
his
looks pretty good. I'm not going to lie to you.
He's not awful, but he's not great.
I think it's their defense is playing way better than what people are expecting them to play.
Well, the Texans also did just lose Nico Collins, and like that's worth mentioning.
Yeah, and Jordan Love literally just hits people in the chest, and it pisses me off so much. Watching that Cardinal game last weekend, oh my god, it was ugly.
Yeah,
but Jordan Love hit every pass.
I am interested to see this game because I think it's the first like opponent the Bears and the Packers have had all year, so we'll get to see the comparison compared to what the Bears did. And you got to remember when we compare these games, that was week 2 Chicago when Waldron was still fucking sucked and Caleb was still a week 2 rookie and all that kind of stuff. I like the Texans. If you're gonna give me CJ Stroud and points.
I like it. I'm the same
that's
way.
What I'm saying.
I'm the same way, Josh. I hate Green Bay.
Yeah.
Bears fans. So just even better. And we're gonna need this because I think we turn around and we beat them in the second half of the season. So
yeah,
this is big for us.
Just remember, I'm a dog shit NFL better. So you'll probably make a lot more money fading me. I'm just saying.
Matter.
But
Speaking of fading you, I think I would take the Packers personally. I do have each of these quarterbacks on my fantasy team, so it is a little bit entertaining. Yeah, it's kind of strange, but it is. I think I'm a little bit more comfortable taking the Packers in this one, especially with it being a home game.
Yeah, I'm also going to go with the Packers. This is going to be a fun game to watch this weekend. In Wisconsin, at the bar, going to be a lot of Packers fans with you, Parker.
Is this the Thursday night game?
Wait, is it?
No. Thursday night Saints. We can talk it. It's the Saints versus Denver.
Saints Denver.
And the Saints have no wide receivers.
Yeah, let's skip it.
Every single one of their wide receivers is hurt.
Yeah,
Bug means, baby. That's my starting WR1 in fantasy right now.
They don't even have Taysom Hill, dude. They're fucked.
Everybody else is fucking hurt.
All right, let's go Miami at Colts. Anthony Richardson had a full practice today. Sounds like they're going back to Anthony Richardson now that he's healthy. I think it's a stupid choice. Personally, the guy is not good at football. He's flashy, he's fun to watch, but he's not good at football.
I think he's good at football. I just think he's fundamentally awful.
I mean, realistically, it's still his rookie season, if you want to call it that.
But he's doing the same thing he did at Florida. Like, he can't hit intermediate routes. He can't hit out routes. He drops back, and he fucking hucks that thing. And D-Hop down there somewhere. And it works out.
The kid needs to play. Coming into the season, he only played 17 games from high school.
I get that, but what I'm saying is, well, was it against the Bears or the week before they played the Bears? He completed like 7 passes for 180 something yards.
It was like 4 passes too.
Well, three of the passes accounted for 160 yards and both of his touchdowns. because
Yeah.
on broken, like that's what he does. That's why he's fun to watch. But like Cole said, he's not a fundamentally sound football player.
No. Give me Miami.
I hate taking Miami because they
Same.
also don't have a quarterback. But yeah, give me Miami and the 3 points.
See, I gotta say, with Tua coming back next week,
Is that official?
That's
Really?
the plan. Is week 8?
Not a fucking shot.
I'm
My
just saying.
fantasy
Yeah,
team would
my
love
sleeper
that.
app says he's coming back.
Wow.
Week 8 is the plan. I'm gonna say the Miami Marlins, the Miami Dolphins
Team
lose
doesn't
one more.
exist anymore.
They're gonna lose one more, and then they can go and win. But I think they're gonna drop one to the Colts here.
Probably not wrong.
Yeah, I don't know how this game's gonna go because I'm a Tyreek fantasy holder here, and they just gotta find ways to get him incorporated. I mean, that offense is bad without Tua back there, and they just
I mean, they
have
can't
it.
even run the ball.
Exactly. And who knows what's going on? So there's whole other issues that Miami needs to figure out. That being said, I think I'm going to take the under of this game. I don't think it's going to be
Under 43 and a half. Taking an Iowa under in the NFL.
Yeah, I'm taking an Iowa under in the NFL.
I don't blame you.
I think this could be a trash game. Maybe, if anything, give me a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Oh, he's out. He's out. He's out.
Oh, it's Trey Sermon.
He's out. He's out. Never mind. Give me fucking.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got
kick
you.
the field goal.
Yeah, Sermon is back, by the way.
Okay.
Give me 2 made field goals from both field goal kickers.
I'll hate that.
Great bet.
That's been a lot of the NFL this year. It's a lot of field goals.
I'm gonna get 2 double doinks.
Is that everyone give their opinion on that terrible game?
Yeah,
I think so.
Because I'm also going with Miami here.
Okay.
So.
All right, so Seattle at Atlanta. Atlanta's 3-point favorites at home. Total 51.5.
I really like this Atlanta team. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, this doesn't feel like enough points.
No, it doesn't.
This could be another shootout game.
I mean, I hope so because I have DK Metcalf on my team and Kenneth Walker. That'd be kind of lit.
Yeah, fucking bent me over.
I got Geno, so that would be kind of hot.
But I trust Atlanta. They've looked good in every game they've played. I think they've only lost a close one to Kansas City, and who's their other loss? Pittsburgh. Both were somewhat close games. But yeah, give me Atlanta.
I am actually gonna go against you on this one, Clark. I think
Really?
I think the Seahawks is I think I like their offense a little bit more personally. I know that's wild to say because they have Geno Stone behind the blockers, so I don't love either team. I think the Seahawks receivers are a little bit better.
Here's where I combat that. They are dysfunctional as fuck from top to bottom. DK yelling at the OC through the headset last week. He's pissed off, which means I don't think he's getting the ball, let alone going to put in effort. It's going to become a Devonta Adams situation.
I mean, the Seahawks do have a good passing attack this year. That's really the only thing going for them on offense. I just think Atlanta's got a more well-rounded offensive attack and a little bit better of a defense.
Yeah, I like the over in this game, honestly. That's how I would pick this game. I would stay away from the spread. Atlanta has looked good, but they have given up a lot of points. The Seahawks are slow starting, but they do seem to pick it up in the second half. So I like the over of this game, and that's how I'm going to leave it.
Okay.
I would personally probably go with Atlanta just because again, like I say, like the NFL is very emotional when it comes to games, and when you have players who are very emotional, it goes deeper than the play calling. So I would take Atlanta based seriously just off that.
Alrighty.
Next one, NFC North clash. Lions at Vikings. Vikings -2.5 at home, total 49.5. I believe Hawkinson's back.
Yes.
They opened his practice window 2 weeks ago, so no reason why he shouldn't be back. I hope he's back. Make me happy if he's back.
I think he's available.
He is projected to earn points on Sleeper, so
He is finally able to come back. I saw that he was practicing today, so there is an opportunity.
he's either got to come back this week or next week, or he's done for the year. That's just how, that's just how that shit works.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
He was limited in practice today.
Who are we picking in this game? Because I personally really like the Lions, especially as underdogs.
If Hawkinson plays, I want the Lions plus the points and a Hawkinson touchdown.
Okay. I feel like I'm kind of in the same boat there. If Hawkinson's in, I like the Vikings.
The Vikings.
I don't know. It's just tough. I feel like it's gonna be tough to win a game after that Hutchinson loss.
I forgot Hutchinson's leg went fucking sideways.
Yeah, that thing.
Forgot they don't have Hutchinson
wild.
anymore. I'm gonna change my pick to the Vikings.
That was wild.
That was nasty.
I haven't watched it, and I'm not gonna watch it.
Give me the Vikings. It feels like the right play here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if the Lions can still get pressure like they were. It didn't look like it affected them too much towards the end of that game.
Well, they were up like 80 or something like that.
That's what I'm saying. So you can't really tell.
Yeah.
So
I think they were averaging
Vikings. Yeah, go ahead.
I think they were averaging like 3 sacks a game or something like that.
Yeah, crazy. But yeah, this Vikings team has just been playing good football. It's crazy.
Which none of us expected.
Exactly. I don't think.
No, I took their season under. I think they've already hit their over.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm not joking.
That's awful.
Hang on, I'll look right now.
Kick to the balls.
I'll look right now.
Anyone else have any input on this game, or can we skedaddle on over to the fun game?
We can keep going.
Yeah, I took under. So they haven't hit the over yet. I took under 7.5.
You need Sam Darnold to start seeing some ghosts again.
Right.
Well,
no
here's
shit.
Here's a good first one.
Let's get to the Super Bowl rematch. Chiefs at 49ers. 49ers 1.5 point favorites at home. Total 47.5.
So this is where I thought the Chiefs would have been dumping money. Thought they would have tried to go out and get a fucking big, prominent veteran wide receiver for that room. But
I think Mahomes has shown he doesn't fucking need it. Is the thing like
he's got Smith-Schuster, man. That's
you need a locker room.
Hey man, he won me a fantasy matchup last week.
You just gotta get somebody off of fucking Worthy. You know what I mean? I mean, he's small to play in that league. Those boys can just knock him off his course and get him out of the route and out of the play so easily. So if somebody big can take some pressure off him or some of these other smaller receivers to get open, they need that. But right now, they can just get beat. They can't throw the ball as well, but I mean, it's Mahomes. He can do whatever. He scrambles and then becomes a scramble drill.
This is going to be a chess match of a game. Like, watching Andy Reid and Shanahan go at each other in this game is going to be super exciting to watch. And I just kind of feel like the Niners this season it's just been a few mistakes, and those mistakes led to losses. Like I fully expected both of these teams to come in undefeated to play each other.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is definitely a game. Both teams need to win this game, but I think San Francisco is going to take this one. Being in San Fran, giving them a little bit more of an edge.
83% of the money, or 83% of the bets, 75% of the money's on the Chiefs.
I honestly am not surprised a lot of money's on the Chiefs. And that's why I'm gonna take Brock Purdy and the Niners over there in San Fran.
Fucking Iowa State, fuck.
I hope you're right, but I'm
He's a
taking
good
Chiefs.
quarterback.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're gonna give me Patrick Mahomes and a point.
It's like
And the
that's tough to
referees.
not take.
Like,
And it's in San Fran, so it'll hopefully be less on their side. But
the San Francisco crowd shows up a lot better than all the other West Coast crowds.
yes,
Yeah.
So, I mean, the Chiefs fans are still going to migrate. You know, it's a warm weather game.
Mhm.
It's out in
The
California.
Chiefs.
They're going to go. But it'll be a 49ers home game. You know, it's not like the Raiders who just don't get to play home games or anything.
right.
But if you're going to give me Mahomes and a point, I'm taking it all day.
I don't blame you at all. That's honestly a super good bet.
I think based off of previous performance this year, I would probably lean Chiefs. However, fuck that. I want to see George Kittle put up a metric fuckload of fantasy points. Give me the 49ers.
Dog. I like it.
Dude, it's fucking the Chiefs, bro. You're playing Patrick Mahomes. You're playing the goddamn Zebras. I don't know if any of you watched Receiver on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
They said it about 40,000 times where it's this year or nothing. And they proved that over and over again. McCaffrey doesn't have legs. They're hurt.
They did lose Mason again.
They lost Mason. Judasek is their fucking number one running back right now.
They haven't gotten Ayuk going all year. He's had one
dude, they're
relevant
awful.
football game.
They're awful.
Like,
Give me the
Is
Chiefs
Debo-
by a fucking
Debo
million.
out or is Debo in?
doesn't matter. Debo's ass, dude.
Yeah.
So am I the only one on the Niners?
No.
Sounds like it.
Or Ethan?
Ethan took the Niners.
Ethan?
and
I'm
I
taking
haven't
the
made a pick
Niners.
yet.
I like
I
that
was-
play.
I was going to take the Niners, but now I don't know if I want to.
Let's flip a coin.
Well, make
No,
a pick
I'm taking
quick
them.
so we can get
I'm
through these
taking
last couple games.
Thank you.
All right. Jets at Steelers. Steelers 1.5-point dogs at home. Total 38.5. What a low number.
Give me a
Adams
Devontae.
is
Give me a
playing.
Devontae Adams fade in the back of the end zone in the corner.
Oh yeah,
Give it to me.
Easy.
give me Adams and the Jets. And yeah, I watched that happen in the NFC North my entire fucking childhood.
Yep, it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
It's gonna be.
I
gonna be
heard.
nostalgic.
I heard there was rumors that they're signing Jordy Nelson out of retirement as well.
Hey, Josh. Here's the thing, though.
Packers.
Josh, here's the thing, though. This time we can actually cheer for it because, like, that's not a bad.
That is
game.
true.
I'm
Although
gonna have to.
I have been enjoying watching Justin fucking cook out there, but it sounds like there's benching Justin for Russ,
Yeah.
which is fucking crazy. Like,
Awful call.
I hope they do that and get fucking dog stomped, dude. Like, just get the dog shit kicked out of them.
It
That
makes
would be kinda
sense when
funny.
you look at it from a money standpoint because they're going to let Russ come in and play out a year, let his contract go, and then buy Fields for fucking dog shit.
Nah, Fields has shown enough. He's gonna get interest in free agency.
Yeah, but they're still going to buy him for less than they bought him now.
Yeah, I mean, and there's also the draft pick compensation, which is really why Russ is going in. But is anybody not taking the Jets here?
I think we're all taking the Jets.
All right, one more then. This is Monday night. Yeah, doubleheader Monday night. Don't like that.
Really?
Monday night.
Love it.
Monday night, Ravens at Tampa. Tampa 3.5-point dogs at home. Total 49.5.
Tampa Bay got blown out pretty early against somebody at home this year. I can't remember who it was, but so they lost to Denver in Tampa Bay. That was a game that they obviously should have blown away the opponent. That's I'm a little bit concerned that the same thing happens, obviously for different reasons. The Ravens are a much better football team.
Yeah,
However,
by a lot.
A lot. However, I think I want to say the Bucks take one here as a home team. Give me not the 49ers, the Bucks.
Yeah, I'm also going to take the Buccaneers here. I think both teams offensively are pretty darn good, top half of the NFL. But I'm going to take the defense that I think is going to get more takeaways. And I think that's going to be the Buccaneers this week.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. I can't even argue that.
This Ravens team is really good though, which is hard because it seems like they just kind of found their rock with Derrick Henry now, and it seems like their offense is starting to click more. Which here's the thing, I'm a big Baker guy and I love what he's doing down there in Tampa Bay, and I'm all on that Tampa Bay Kool-Aid, right? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But
see, where I'm at is
fuck it. Let's go. Let's ride them. Let's ride Tampa Bay. Come on.
I like
Come
it.
on.
I see. The thing is I like Tampa Bay's passing attack, and Baltimore's passing defense isn't that great this season. They've got a good rush defense, but I think the Buccaneers air it out here.
I'll take the Ravens. Fuck it. I don't know. It's the NFL. I don't bet NFL. I don't bet NFL. So,
That's
Ethan,
fair.
let's get one more ad read, then we'll get into the locks and get out of here.
This episode of Show Me the Money is brought to you by Tavern Sports, your place to get fun sports content, sportsbook lines and parlays, and of course food reviews with Big E's Ballpark Bites. You can follow Tavern Sports on Instagram at Tavern Sports 2023, TikTok at Tavern.Sports, and Twitter at Tavern Sports 23.
Alrighty, let's get into the locks. We'll give you Tyler and John's first since they are not here. Tyler likes the Commanders -6.5 against Carolina. It's a great pick.
That's
It's
right.
probably going to hit.
It's a great pick.
He bought it down a couple of points. It is an 8-point spread. He bought it down to 6.5.
6.5, yeah, just under a touchdown. And then John likes the Falcons and the Seahawks over 49.5. That's right at the line, -148.
I'll go ahead and go here. I am taking BYU, but I am taking an alternate spread. I'm taking them -7.5 against the Cowboys of Oklahoma State.
I'm going to take Illinois +3.5 over Michigan.
Boys, you're missing a very obvious one. Give me an Adams anytime touchdown.
You're the only one
Give
that
it
takes
to me.
NFL props, Cole. No one's missing
Yeah.
anything.
Aren't I at the top?
Yeah.
No, you have been falling like a fucking rock the last couple weeks, buddy.
Dog, I've missed 1 week.
You
missed last week.
You are you're tied for 4th.
Last week I was first.
You weren't.
Whatever.
I am going to go with my hometown school. Give me Iowa Hawkeyes to cover 5.5. Easy money right there.
Yeah, it's all day. It's all day.
Josh, let's hear it, man.
I'll take Miami. I'll buy the point to 3.5. I'd like to buy 2 points, but they won't let me. So give me Miami -3.5.
All right.
I think that's everything.
That is going to do it for this week's episode of Show Me the Money. We will see you on the next one after you show us the money.
Show me the money!